The mega clash between Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev is taking the boxing world storm, as now the former UFC double champ Conor McGregor has his say on the undisputed showdown.
Dmitry Bivol or Artur Beterbiev, don't know. Good fight. Very good fight. If you think, they're probably two of the baddest men in the gloves.
Bivol and Beterbiev will fight it out for all the belts at light heavyweight on October 12th. So, when McGregor appeared in an event sponsored by Dual Bits, the fans also wanted to know how the Irishman saw the coming fight. As expected, as a fighter who breathes combat sports, couldn't hide his excitement and heaped praise on both the boxers. The former UFC champion declared, "Dmitry Bivol, Artur Beterbiev, I don't know. It's a good fight, very good fight. They are probably two of the baddest men in gloves. In the gloves, bruh. It's a different world without the gloves. It's a different world without the gloves. But in the big gloves, it's tense. Bivol and Beterbiev are the baddest. You know, let's see. It's a cracking fight. Again, brought by Riyadh season, Sheikh Turki. Moreover, Dmitry Bivol is confident he's got the skills to defeat Artur Beterbiev in their undisputed championship clash.
I'm in boxing since I remember myself. I have all of it, to all boxing skills to beat him.
In a recent interview, Bivol disclosed his long association with boxing and how he first proposed for the undisputed clash. He said, "I wanted the undisputed fight first, and I wanted to fight against the best boxers in the light heavyweight division. This is my goals to make my name." The Russian fighter then admitted it was his goal to be the best in the light heavyweight division, and the coming fight against Beterbiev was the final fight to prove himself. Recalling his childhood memories, Bivol added, "This is my goal when I came to pro boxing, to be the best in the light heavyweight division, and this is the final fight to prove myself. What it means for me, I've been in boxing since I was 6 years old. I sacrificed so much in my life. This is the final step. Did I do everything right or not? I want to make sure that I did everything right." Bivol said that he has got everything in his arsenal to win against Beterbiev. He said, "I'm a fighter that's enough power, enough speed, enough movement, boxing technique, and IQ to defeat Beterbiev. I can sometimes use my speed and my movement. Of course, I'm expecting all scenarios. He can go. He could move forward so fast in the beginning. He can move also back and counterpunch. He has a lot of good skills, and he can use it against me." On the other hand, Artur Beterbiev is a man of few words, but the WBC, WBO, and IBF light heavyweight champion has stated that he is fully healthy and focused on his October 12th unification showdown against WBA king Dmitry Bivol. Artur said, "It's top of the meaning in boxing when you have 4 belts, and that's it. I want to win a 4th one." Asked if he was specifically happy with the defining contest coming against Bivol, who he has known since his amateur days, Beterbiev added, "Every opponent is different. Every person is different. But we have prepared for this fight to be ready for everything." The fight was initially scheduled for June, but Beterbiev damaged his meniscus, therefore it was postponed to allow his knee to heal. Beterbiev now claims he is ready and would not fight if he was not totally mended and prepared. Beterbiev said, "Yes, because I always do preparation for 100%, half is not for me." But Beterbiev refrained from offering a prediction for the fight. When asked if he sees himself going the distance with Bivol, given that Beterbiev is the only champion with a perfect knockout ratio in today's boxing era, Beterbiev stated that he never aims to knock out anyone and instead concentrates on other aspects of the fight.
I mean, again, so far, no one has gone the distance with you. Do you expect to go the distance October 12th?
I never did prediction, but you know, and I never want to knock him out someone, you know. It's happened like I always more focus for different details, you know, like to prepare to do good things. It's mean for me good things.
The boxing world is very much excited about this fight, and many pros are busy giving their analysis for the fight. Todd Duboff insisted Beterbiev is looking for his 21st destruction. He said, "When we come into the fight game, one thing we really like is we like that absolute determination when somebody goes for that absolute destruction, and every time Artur gets in the ring, he just goes to terminate. When I first met him in Canada, I was scared out of my mind sitting at a table. The guy is an absolute animal. You just feel it." Trainer Robert Garcia has tipped Dmitry Bivol to earn a decision over Artur Beterbiev on October 12th. He stated, "I can't wait for that one, man. That's gonna be a fight. That's hard to pick the winner. I lean towards Bivol by decision. I just think he's got that style that he's not gonna allow Beterbiev to get in. I don't know. I just think Bivol will push it up and earn a decision win." Garcia acknowledges that Beterbiev remains tough at 39 years old. He has knocked out every opponent he has faced during his 11-year professional career, and while Bivol represents his greatest challenge, Garcia knows Beterbiev has the power to be a constant threat. Garcia further added, "I also wouldn't be surprised if Beterbiev hurts Bivol and knocks him out, because that guy has so much power that he could knock anybody out." Robert Garcia believes that Bivol may find himself in difficulty against the knockout king Beterbiev. He stated that in order to win this bout, Bivol must be the better fighter in the ring. He also believes that Bivol has to move quickly to counter the power of Beterbiev. Well, that's what Bivol's gonna do. Just boom, 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 touch, touch, and move, and touch, touch, and move. But that power is always there, man. That power is the last thing that leaves. Eddie Hearn praised Artur Beterbiev, stating that Bivol had never met a boxer exactly like him before. Hearn stated that Bivol is the underdog in this contest, adding that Beterbiev is so difficult that it's as if he's not even human.
Like, you're fighting a guy that's not human. You know, he's not breathing. Every shot hurts. Even in the clinches, you see how strong he is. I'm not sure I've seen anything like it before, really. It's like it's not right. It's just like it's an unfair advantage.
Eddie Hearn also praised Artur Beterbiev, stating that Bivol has never met a boxer quite like him before. Hearn emphasized that Bivol is the underdog in this game, and he defined Beterbiev as so tough that facing him is like confronting someone who isn't even human. He said, "I know he's getting older and you hope that he is slowing down, but he is not. He's actually doing his best performances now. It is very difficult to outbox him in the 12 rounds because he is actually going to wear you down. He is going to force the pressure with his shots around the back of the head and shots on the ears. They really hurt." George Groves praised both fighters and their respective styles. He said, "Beterbiev, once he lands, he has an affect. The question would be, can he land on Bivol, and does it have the same affect with everyone else he's boxed? Bivol was exceptional against Canelo when he gets his game plan set up and he sticks to it. He boxed exquisitely well, but it's a safety first approach from Bivol, and you realize he hasn't stopped anyone in a long time. Years and years. He beat Lyndon Arthur out in Saudi recently, but I thought he would do a bit more of a demolition job on him, and if you put Lyndon Arthur in with Beterbiev, you'd think he'd just walk through him." Sean Porter shared his thoughts on the impending game. Porter expressed confidence in Bivol's ability to defeat Beterbiev, anticipating that the fight would not end in the early rounds, as previous occurrences have demonstrated. "Artur Beterbiev is going to take a lot of punches like he always does, and I don't think he can catch up to Dmitry Bivol," stated Porter. "Nope, he can't drag Bivol into a fight. Too damn disciplined. Too much lateral movement. Too intuitive. Good boxer." Super middleweight contender Lonnie Thompson predicts a fast knockout victory for unified light heavyweight champion Artur Beterbiev. Lonnie has sparred with Beterbiev before and knows firsthand how powerful and talented he is. He feels that Bivol is too small and weak to hold off Beterbiev. He said, "I'm excited for the fight. It's going to be on. You know who I'm going to be rocking with Beterbiev. I don't think it's going to go past 7 or 8. Lonnie feels that Bivol doesn't move nearly well enough to keep Beterbiev from cutting off the ring on him and trapping him into exchanges, which he's not designed for against this type of puncher." He further added, "In my opinion, Bivol doesn't move that well for more rounds than that, and Artur cuts off the ring extremely well, and just the beating on them on the shoulders and the hips, and I think Bivol is going to get stopped relatively fast." Beterbiev's former opponent, Callum Johnson, says that Beterbiev's power gave him nightmares. When asked who he thinks would win the fight between Bivol and Beterbiev, Callum chose Beterbiev.
If you ask me who I think is going to win, I say Beterbiev. Is that because I want him to win? You know, I think I do want him to win, just because it kind of like makes it look a little bit better for me, if you like. But it's a very interesting fight, one I'm looking forward to.
When you look back at your experience in the ring with Beterbiev, like, if you could describe his power, because obviously that's the big...
Because I'm going to have nightmares tonight.
Blair Cobbs believes Artur Beterbiev's strength will be a game changer when he faces Dmitry Bivol later this year. Beterbiev enters the bout unbeaten and with a perfect knockout record, even though Bivol may be his most difficult opponent thus far. Cobbs, a welterweight contender himself, feels Beterbiev will prevail. He stated, Artur Beterbiev has unbelievable strength and power. I don't know how Bivol is going to be able to fight somebody like that. I don't see Bivol being able to survive something like that, but it will be very interesting. Bivol could land too many punches on Beterbiev, mess around, and start piling on points. Former two-time world heavyweight champion Hasim Rahman has a firm opinion on the outcome of this fight. When asked what he thought of Beterbiev's 7th round stoppage win over Callum Smith back in January, Hasim said it was a lovely performance. He did what he had to do. He kept his knockout streak alive. Then he got to assessing Beterbiev's chances against Bivol and didn't hesitate to predict another stoppage win. Hasim further stated, I don't even want to single out Bivol. I'm telling you, anybody at 175 that gets in the ring with that boy, that man Beterbiev, they're going to sleep. If they don't go to sleep, they're getting a mercy stoppage or their corner gonna stop it or something. They're gonna get hit harder than they ever got hit. They're gonna get hurt more than they ever got hurt, and they're gonna lose the fight. Posting in reply to a question about who will come out on top in the upcoming mouthwatering clash, Shakur Stevenson gave his answer on X. He wrote, I got Bivol, but it's a very hard for him to win. Joe Smith Jr. is a struggling boxer who has suffered losses against Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol. His battle with Bivol was rather competitive, and he even knocked Bivol down at one point. However, when he met Beterbiev, it turned out to be one of his worst performances. Despite this, Joe feels that Bivol is a superior fighter overall than Beterbiev. In a recent interview with Themistode, Joe was asked which of the two combatants was more difficult.
In my opinion, I felt Bivol was, the tougher fight for me. He's all-around fighter, but both fighters are very skilled. Beterbiev, he's very accurate with his punches. He hits you where he wants to. But I would be looking forward to seeing the two of them fight.
Roy Jones Jr. feels Dmitry Bivol has a tiny advantage heading into his massive undisputed fight against Artur Beterbiev later this year. Jones Jr., a former light heavyweight champion, has cited various reasons why Bivol should be regarded the frontrunner. He said, no, it's not a 50-50 fight. 1. Beterbiev is 38 years old. 39. Beterbiev has been down. Bivol has never been down, said Jones Jr. when speaking to Boxing Social. Bivol has been in there with who, at the time, was the pound-for-pound best in Canelo Alvarez and made him look like nothing. He further added, so it's not a 50-50. Beterbiev has got everything to show me to bring it back to a 50-50 fight. Right now, Bivol has the advantage 60-40. Tim Bradley was not sure to pick his winner for the fight. He said, tough fight. I'm going to say 50-50. Bradley then admitted he had previously picked Bivol to win, but now sees it as a closer contest that will require the best out of the Russian. I've always favored Bivol, but Bivol is going to have to fight a perfect fight to keep Beterbiev off of him. Instead, Bradley now leans towards Beterbiev in the clash of relentless and powerful pressure against precision and movement. He further added, you have to have a really good jab to establish, create, and maintain that distance with Beterbiev. If you don't have that jab that keeps him busy, honest, and at long range, then he will eventually just march you back. Every time Smith had his back on the ropes, he was in severe danger. Bivol is much more comfortable boxing off the ropes, but I think Beterbiev is the favorite. Maybe there's recency bias there. I probably go with Beterbiev win, but I wouldn't be confident on it. Barry Jones picked Bivol to win the fight at first, but is not confident considering the knockout power that Beterbiev has.
I picked Bivol from when it was first spoken about. I picked Bivol, and I tend to stick with my first assumption because it's not just I don't just say Bivol. I have a reason behind it. Yeah. But I wasn't confident then. I'm not confident now. Beterbiev should be the massive favourite. I would say that because he's knocked everyone out. He's knocking out good boxers. He's knocking out good big punches. He's knocking them out in the first round. He's knocking them out in the last round.
undisputed heavyweight champion Oleksandr Usyk predicts who will be the world's next undisputed light heavyweight champion. The Cat Usyk selected Bivol as the likely winner. The Ukrainian champion said, "I guess Bivol, he has good legs, good movement. I watched the fight with Canelo Alvarez. Good boxing, defending, counterpunch, and combos." Zhili Zhang said that Artur Beterbiev would easily win this fight. Zhang discussed the fight, claiming that Beterbiev's power will be a lot to take for Bivol, resulting in a knockout victory. He said, "They're both great fighters, but Beterbiev will hurt him and probably end this fight with a knockout. I think Beterbiev's power will overwhelm Bivol's in-and-out footwork and his skill set. I think Beterbiev is just way too strong." Former unified lightweight champion Nate Campbell says Dmitry Bivol will only last against Artur Beterbiev as long as he can soak up the punishment that he'll be dishing out. Campbell is picking IBF, WBC, and WBO light heavyweight champion Beterbiev to win by knockout over WBA champ Bivol because of his power. Nate is going with Beterbiev as his choice until someone proves him wrong, and he doesn't believe that Bivol is a big enough puncher to do that. Nate said Beterbiev will win. One of my fans was trying to get him on the podcast, and he was hitting the bag in the gym. My boy said, "God damn, who keeps slamming the door in your gym?" He said, "That is no door. That is Artur hitting the bag. Until you prove me different, Beterbiev. Can you punch? You can neutralize a puncher by being a bigger puncher. Tell me what guy is a bigger puncher than Beterbiev. Bivol can box. I know he can box, but can he punch? I could box and I could punch." Lyndon Arthur, who has previously sparred with Artur Beterbiev, shared his thoughts on the fight between Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol. Arthur understands Bivol's strong technical ability and high boxing IQ, which will make him a formidable opponent. However, he believes Beterbiev's sheer might is a crucial factor that should not be underestimated.
I just want to ask you, obviously, as a man who shared the ring with Dmitry Bivol, he's facing Artur Beterbiev now. What's your thoughts on that undisputed match?
Well, I used to think Bivol was I still think Bivol was the best. Bivol was elite, but now I've seen that, and I felt Bivol doesn't hit as hard as what I think he needs to keep Beterbiev off. I've sparred Beterbiev. I know how hard Beterbiev hits in 16 ounces. I wouldn't like to take them shots in 10 ounces. Not for as long as that anyway. As a 12-round fight, and I don't know, man. Bivol's a boxer through and through, and he'll be happy to stay in there and box it off if it can be done. But
Jay Opataya is a big Bivol fan and loves his style of boxing. However, Jay does realize that Beterbiev also has the skills to back up his tremendous power and can be a major threat for Bivol.
Man, I am a massive Bivol fan, you know what I mean? And then I love the boxing style, you know what I mean? Like just the cutting angles, you know, the way he holds his distance, and you know he makes minimal mistakes. You know, Beterbiev is a great fighter. You know what I mean? I feel like it's a perfect style matchup against a guy who walks forward, but he walks forward smart. You know what I mean? Like, educated. Yeah, it's like I've watched him before, and I'm like, how is he so hard to hit? You know what I mean? But things are just missing him by millimeters. And then you got someone that boxes so well, and he keeps people right on the end of his punches. So it's just such an exciting matchup to me. So
what are your thoughts about this fight? Do let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this.